Well, good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, April the 8th, and looks like we're going to get a little bit of rain today with the solar eclipse coming. I don't know if we'll be able to see it or not. But anyway, so back when I was clearing these trees out, I had a dead one. And when I was pulling the system up, the root system up, limb broke off, come down and hit my gate. And did that to it. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but it broke it off the weld, and I had to put this pipe on here because that is a kind of a proprietary fitting for that gate, and so I had to makeshift it. So anyway, so I'm taking this off. I'm gonna come back and clean all this up, take it over to the house, clean it all up, and weld it. I've got a couple of pieces I've already made for each side. I know how I'm going to fix it, and I got to get this bent back into place, and I got to get this little nut off here, and it'll slide forward and slide over this way and pop right out, and I'm going to load it onto my trailer. And I'm trying to get this done before the rain comes in because it can get muddy right in here as I go around and go up, and I just washed my truck. So I may try to get this done this morning before the rain comes in. So, all right. So I'm gonna get this off here, and I'll get you caught up when I get it on the trailer. Okay. I got the gate off, and now I'm gonna go up here and turn around. I think I'm gonna go over and look at my peach trees and my strawberries and see how they're doing, because it really got cold last couple of days. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday it got really cold, and Sunday morning was pretty cold too. But so I'm gonna pull up here and turn around and check that out. Well, it's starting to sprinkle, so it's going to be raining here. I'm glad I got that gate down because it's supposed to rain all week. I won't be able to get it back in until it dries, but at least I'll have it at the house and have it ready to put back in. Yep, here comes the rain. Check this out real quick. I don't know if that's the peach. Very unusual. I would have thought that the peaches would have come on a little bit later in the summer and a little bit warmer weather. There's a couple right there. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Well, that one's got a couple too, right there and right there. And there's a couple right there. I'm not really sure. I think that's a little early. This one that's really struggling. Now this is I always get this wrong. Ranger instead of Rancher. So Ranger peach, and it's got a couple of little. But here comes the rain. I was going to look to see if I got any blooms real quick on my strawberries, because I'm pinching those off. Oh, there's one up there. It's wanting to put on some berries, but we gotta say, not this year. All right, those are looking pretty good. I do have some fertilizer. There's one right there. I have some organic fertilizer I'm gonna put on the strawberries in here on my peaches. I just didn't, I knew I wouldn't have time to get that gate and do all that too this morning. Here's another one right here. There's one trying to grow. Oh, there's one right there. Yep, that's gonna be a bud. Okay. All right. It's gonna be a couple of days before I get back, because it's gonna just be raining. It's gonna be a lot of rain tomorrow. I was hoping to get that gate welded up before it started raining, because once it sets in, it's gonna be here. So far, everything's looking good. I got to get my tiller and start breaking this up, because you know what I said, it kind of gets hard, starts compacting. Even though I broke it up probably almost 2 feet, it'll compact back down. All right, I'm gonna get out of here before it gets too wet and see if I can do some welding. Well, I'm not gonna weld right now. It's got a break in the clouds over there, but it started to come down pretty good right here at the house. Turkeys were gobbling this morning too. Turkey season opens this Saturday. I don't know if I'll go Saturday or Monday. Probably Monday. I cut my yard yesterday, cut my weeds. Got to get that limb up real quick. Fell off of that tree right there. That's a cedar tree, and slowly it's leaning that way, and it's slowly separating right here. I remember when it was just like maybe an inch apart, but it's slowly going. The only thing I think that keeps it from falling from when we get those big winds is this one right here. It's hung up at the top, and that's what's keeping it from breaking off. But I'm gonna wake up one morning after a big storm, and it's gonna be laying in the yard. I lost one right after I bought this piece of property. It was right there. Lightning hit it, split it right in half. So anyway, get this limb up out of the yard. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off and well, maybe when I get to the backyard. Okay. So I'm gonna get the trailer off the truck, and I think I'll lift this up and just work with it right off the back of the tailgate. And I'll talk about that. I got to get all that cleaned up, but I'm gonna wait and see what the rain's gonna do. I want to show you this. You know, I moved my one video. I showed you where I moved my little garden I've got here, vegetable garden at the house. And anyway, so I got me some potatoes, and I planted them. I got them coming up here and here, but I don't, maybe that's it right there breaking the ground. And I put some in that little container. They're breaking ground, but these I put in this, when I put this little retaining wall up, because I had some extra blocks left over. I decided I had all this dirt in here, but it's kind of my backup dirt, because you can't really get good dirt over here. And when I find it sifted and all that, I buy some and I come in here and just dump it, just so I can have it. But I planted some potatoes, and they really liking it here. I thought the deer might get to them, but the deer were all in here the day before yesterday, and I thought, well, there goes my potatoes, but they didn't touch them for some reason. I got to get in here and retill this because the weeds are trying to take it over. But I had a few strawberries plants left over. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 strawberry plants left over. So I planted them in here to see how they would do. But that's lettuce. That's a lettuce from transplanting a lettuce seed I had from over there last year that did not germinate. And it finally decided it was going to come up in the cool weather. So I'm surprised the deer didn't get that. But anyway, so I got to get this tilled up, and I'll probably spray it before I put any tomatoes in here. That's all I'm going to have is tomatoes right here. I got these blocks to put the caps on the top of this wall. And but I got to rent me a saw that will cut this. This is probably a 4-inch block, and as you can see, I got about a 2-inch curve on that block, so I got to cut 2 inches off the back to make it fit in. And I have to do this whole somewhat of a circle I've got here. So I think I can do that in a day. I'm going to rent the saw from the rental place that I get the excavator from, and probably pick it up one afternoon and take it back the next afternoon. But it won't be this week because it's got a lot of rain. I keep thinking, okay, it's going to be good weather to do this, but when it does that, I was really trying to get caught up with my project on my garden on my other property. So anyway, let me get this trailer off of here, and maybe it'll hold off a bit for me to get this cleaned up. Okay, I'll catch up with you guys later. Well, it's Monday afternoon, and the rain has kind of stopped for a bit, so I thought I'd come over here and work on my gate. I cut a couple of pieces. We'll get this one out of the vise here. I'm going to weld onto to help support that bracket. I cut a couple of pieces of these, and I'm going to put it on each side of this little rod that holds that piece, and I'm going to weld it to kind of give it some extra support. It was bent pretty good. I beat it with a hammer, and I tried to bring it in with a ratchet strap, and it almost did, but it's not quite enough. It wasn't touching. So I've got my piece ready. I've got them ground down, ready to go. I could did a little bit better job right in there. I think I'll take that and to get some of that paint off of there so that well will stick a little better. And then I'm going to crank it up and we'll see how it goes. All right, I got it welded up, got it plate put back on it, and let it cool down a little bit. I'm gonna paint it. I think I got some black paint in there somewhere. Hope I do. So I'm gonna paint it, and it's ready to go back on the post. So I'm almost got all my stuff put back up. So let me get to that and see if I can get this thing painted real quick. Okay, I put some paint on it, but it's still hot. When I went around to the side over here, it was kind of bubbling and steaming. So I think I'll just wait till tomorrow and flip it over and paint the other side. And then it's ready to go back. All right, looks like it's going to be stormy evening. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, and I don't know if you saw the eclipse or not. It was cloudy here. You know, it didn't get as dark as it did in 2017 because we only got 88% blockage. So, but 2017 we were down on the lake back here. A bunch of us went out on boats and stuff and had our glasses, and we were floating, and it happened, and it went dark, and all the lights came on just like it was nighttime, but it didn't last very long. Bunch of deer out there, probably 40, and there's some over here making their way out on the horse farm buffeting. All right, I'm gonna cut this off, and I'm gonna call it an evening, and maybe one day this week, before it's supposed to rain every day, so it may be next Monday before I get this gate back up. Who knows? But anyway, y'all have a good evening, and until the next time. Well, good morning, folks. Today is Thursday, April the 11th, and I didn't film me putting this gate back up because I forgot my camera and it was in between showers. So I ran over here yesterday morning and got it put back in. It wasn't too bad. So I got that back in and functioning. Can't make my mind whether I'm going to string some barbed wire across and put some posts in here. I don't know, because I like coming up through here and running around here with my Polaris, and I don't know if I want to block it off, but I guess I could run some barbed wire and some posts along here all the way to that little tree right there, and then I would have to go through the gate, but I still could get around here with my mower and my Polaris and whatever else I needed. Well, the rain is really making a lot of rocks come to the top of my new garden. Rain, it's been raining. I think the rain's going to move out today. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, Saturday, and maybe Sunday. Well, my strawberries are looking really, really good. Got to weed out, get some of the weeds that's trying to come up through the edge of the plastic. And that's what this plastic is intended to do, slow down the weeds. I picked off some blooms, like that one right there. I picked them off yesterday. There's one that's trying to come up. And there's another one. Ooh, got a little slicky. Need some new tires on that vehicle. I was looking at my peach trees yesterday, and that one's got a couple of peaches on it. That's got a couple. And on one of these, it had a lot of peaches, so I broke off some. That might have a couple. Look at how these are growing. Let's go and get some pretty good sized ones on here. This is the one that had a lot, and I just plucked them and thinned them a little bit. That one's got a nice one on it right there. And this one's got a couple of nice ones on it as well. Right there. Yeah. It's trying to come up out of the ground, but I'm gonna let that go for now. I'll clip it later. But all that's looking good. My blackberries are, I know you probably can't see them right here, but they're not doing anything. I mean, they're not dying, but they're not, I think they kind of perked up a little bit. Got to get used to their new home. I think I just about talked myself into getting a new tiller, because I've got all this space right here. I've got that over there, and then I'm going to kill my front yard like I did last year on that side and replant it in spring. And I need to till it, and that's almost an acre front yard. And I'm thinking about getting me a rear tine tiller, something that's really heavy, and rocks, and that will help me whenever I'm breaking all this ground up. Anyways, not a lot going on today because it is so wet. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go across the road. I got that dead tree over there. I'm gonna go look at it because I'm thinking about getting ready to cut that up. That's a hickory and an oak tree that fell last August. I'm thinking about starting cutting that up. getting that cleaned up. And anyway, slow day. I think that we're going to get some more rain. It's supposed to be, it looks like radar had some coming up from the south. So anyway, I think I'm just going to mosey over there and see how everything's going. Check on everything. I'd like to get that oak tree down from right there, out of that hole. Trying to figure out how to do that. I think if I had like a little plastic sled like you used to slide down hills in the snow and stuff, I could cut it and put it on that and pull it up. I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. I hate for it to just sit there and go to waste. And I've got that one over there, and I got one way back down in the bottom there. Storm took out. Okay, all right, let me get across the road. Oh, I was gonna look at that tree right there. Kind of look it over and see if it's got any tension on any of the branches. It's just kind of a pre-look when I get ready to cut it up, because they'll spring loaded and they'll pop on you and kill you, break something. But a little shower came. Maybe it's backing down right now. Alright. I'm gonna get up here in a minute. No, maybe not. I may turn around and go home. It's gonna be a wet day.